What's going on, guys? My name is Dan, and today I want to share with you my story of how I transitioned from a 9-to-5 job to going full-time with Amazon FBA. And I'm so happy to be able to share this with you here today because Amazon FBA has become a huge space where not only can you start an Amazon FBA business and become your own boss, but if you don't have the starting capital or you don't want to take that risk, you're not ready yet, or you're just simply not entrepreneurially minded, you can also get an amazing Amazon FBA remote job. There are thousands of remote jobs in the Amazon space that are accessible to so many people out there that are just willing to learn. And you can also become an FBA consultant, and you can also start an e-commerce agency. And I cover all these topics on my channel here. So if that's what you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. But I want to get into my story here with you. So back in 2016, I was about 20 years old. Today I'm 28 years old, so it's been a while. And I had a dream. I had a dream of being able to travel and make money. That was like the biggest thing that I wanted. But the issue was that I didn't know what to do. And I had no mentors. I didn't have any friends like that did it, and all my friends were, we all grew up in a big city in Canada. I was the son of immigrant parents, first generation immigrant in Canada from Eastern Europe. And so I had a lot of expectations on me to succeed. And so the big push was to go to university, to go to college, and really get a degree and just kind of get into the job market and then ascend in the corporate ladder. And so when I was 20 years old, I actually was able to get a job at a big bank in Canada where I really saw what the corporate world was. I saw it firsthand. The reason I was able to get that job early is because I spoke French. And in Canada, people that speak French they're very in demand for a lot of jobs because there's not a lot of people that speak French in Canada. I think it's a very small percentage. And so I had this desk job at this bank, and I came to work every day in a suit. I had my name on a cubicle, but at the same time, I would kind of every hour, I would kind of pause as I was drinking my coffee with the disgusting coffee machine. They put the worst coffee machine in that job. I think it was the biggest reason that propelled me to become an entrepreneur and do this, because if they put a better coffee machine in there, honestly, I probably would have stayed. Nothing worse than sitting in traffic in the morning on the Don Valley Parkway in Toronto and getting to the office, you didn't have time to drink your coffee. It's like the middle of the winter, negative 30 degrees Celsius, and you're freezing. And then you go into the coffee machine and it literally tastes like mud dishwater, right? So anyway, it's a tangent. But my point is that job showed me, I was just looking around and talking to the people. I was very observant. I'm like, wow, some of these people have worked here 10, 20, 30 years. And they're literally just like zombies, and all they're doing is basically just existing. They're not really living. People were just searching up vacations on their computers, but never actually being, it's just a pipe dream. They were never actually able to take them because they were too expensive or they wouldn't be able to get the time off. And so anyway, that job ignited this fire in me, and it made me realize, okay, I need to figure out a way to travel and make money. And what I started doing, actually, I was already doing this in the summers before. I had my own little business where I was cleaning windows, and I got into that by chance. People around me were doing it, my age. It was a good money maker. And so I decided, I started actually door to door selling window cleaning. I saw how much money these window cleaning jobs were making. And so that's what got me into it. And so anyway, I already had this entrepreneurship spirit ignited in me, but I didn't know what to do. And at the time, there were some very basic YouTubers that started popping up talking about, how much money they're making with Amazon and so on and so forth. There were some people flexing Lamborghinis and whatever. And even though that was never my focus at all, I just wanted to travel and make money. And so I didn't really care for the Lamborghinis, but I'm like, oh, wow, they're really making a lot of money, right? And so I started to follow these guys, that I saw online, and these girls, and I started taking the courses that were available. And so that's what exposed me to it, but at first I was literally just reading entrepreneurship books. I read the Rich Dad Poor Dads, the Think and Grow Rich, the Outwitting the Devil, all those books, right? And so anyway, as I got into it more and more, and I was reading more and more of these books, by the way, the biggest life-changing book that I read was The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarcos. That book was just phenomenal. Thank you, MJ, for changing my life. Side note. I think that I probably am his biggest affiliate marketer. I haven't made a single penny by promoting his book, but you know what? Your book is so good, you deserve it. My problem was that I was reading these books, but I didn't have an actual way to make money. I didn't have what I called a wealth vehicle in fancy marketing speak. So anyway, that's when I found Amazon. And so I started doing the courses. I tried some other businesses like affiliate marketing, which was just a fail at the time. There was no information on it. It was like ClickBank, like promoting numerology and astrology offers. Affiliate marketing is like when you basically promote existing products. But at the time, if you wanted to do it, the strategies that were being taught online were to run Facebook ads, to these really scammy ClickBank offers. There's a website called ClickBank. I think it still exists, where it has all of these numerology numerology and astrology and zodiac courses and weight loss and, a lot of very scammy things. And so I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not running Facebook ads for these things. Very hard. I tried a social media marketing agency, and we got a few clients who were lawyers, but then it was a giant epic fail because I wasn't able to actually get them results because I was brand new in the space. I took a very basic course by Ty Lopez, who was like this Lamborghini dude at the time. The Here in My Garage guy, like if you were on YouTube back in 2014, 15, 16. Honestly, he made some incredible courses like the 67 Steps course. But the social media agency course, even though it showed me how to do it, I kind of was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So that didn't work. Anyway, Amazon FBA made sense to me because I'm like, okay, Amazon is growing. I can go and find a profitable product to sell. Use this tool called Jungle Scout to see which products were making money and which products weren't. By the way, still an amazing Amazon tool that I talk about here on my channel a lot and highly, highly recommend. But so I was using that, and I could see products that were likely to make money and products that were not likely to make money. And so anyway, after 2 product failures, which were just dumb mistakes, which I'll talk about another time, my 3rd product succeeded. And my business went from 0 to $32K a month in sales. And I was making 40 to 50% in profit. And so my life took a big turn. And I went from being $40,000 in student debt because I dropped out of my business degree. I didn't want to climb the corporate ladder. I already knew because I worked at the bank and I saw what was happening. I'm like, that's not good for me. It's not what I want. It's a new age. It's time to make money online and plug into the remote opportunities. Amazon FBA allowed me to do just that. And so from that point, I started YouTube. I started to make Amazon videos because I've always wanted to share. I've always wondered, I was like, oh my God, how am I the only person that is seeing this and everybody else is asleep? Everybody else is asleep, right? So that's what gave me the motivation to make these videos. And that was on my main YouTube channel. That was on Dan Vass, which has accumulated 450,000 subscribers, which is incredible. And now I'm doing Ecom Academy, which is awesome. But the point is that that's how I went full time into my Amazon business. But Amazon FBA proved to me that really, I could make money online. I could make sales online. I didn't have to, having a job wasn't the only way. And it also proved to me that I could literally learn an entire way of running a business, of owning a business, of starting a business, just with an online course, just online from videos. And it really changed my life and my mindset around that whole thing, around my financial situation and just the way that I lived, right? And so that's what gave me my freedom. And then as I branched out into YouTube, I started Ecom Freedom at the time, which became one of the biggest Amazon FBA courses. We had thousands of people go through, and we had super amazing reviews on Trustpilot and everything. And now we're doing Ecom Academy. But since then, I've operated Amazon, Shopify businesses. I've been doing affiliate marketing. I've been one of Jungle Scout's and Shopify's top partners, and been super grateful for that. And it just opened up the world of remote opportunities to me. And so now I'm sharing them with you. And so why that whole story is relevant here is because now the opportunities are bigger than before. A lot of people think, the economy's so bad, inflation and everything else, I should have started back then. Let me tell you, back then in 2016, 17, even back then, people on YouTube in the comment sections of these videos were saying, it's too late to start, Amazon's oversaturated. There's always going to be the 50% of people that, really believe in something and the other 50% that don't. And that's really just a mindset thing, honestly, because if you make a decision that you will succeed, you will figure out a way. It's really that simple. That's how mindset works. And it's really the law of attraction, and it just works. It's just how it is. But people, they don't make a committed decision. And then as soon as obstacles inevitably come up, and they always come up, it's always a test. You're tested for whether you truly want your goal or not. People usually drop out, right? So anyway, nowadays with Amazon FBA, yes, starting an Amazon FBA business is still fantastic. There's just a right and a wrong way of doing it. And I teach the right way here on my channel. There's also all these amazing Amazon FBA remote jobs out there, thousands if you type in the word e-commerce or Amazon specialist or Ecom specialist, right? And they're all kind of titled different names because recruiters post them all kind of differently with different names on Indeed. You can even see the salaries that are being paid, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 or plus, obviously, depending on the experience required and the level of the job, whether it's entry level or managerial. But these are remote jobs that a lot of them, they might require college degrees or not, but mostly they require Amazon experience. And that's what they're having a hard time finding, people that actually know how to run Amazon businesses, how to launch product, and how to find profitable products. So that's an opportunity available as well. There's also consulting. You can even start an e-commerce agency where you can have brands, e-commerce brands, pay you a certain amount of money per month, hundreds or thousands of dollars per month, so that you run their brands for them. and you can even take a percentage of revenue share or profit share, and it can be a very lucrative business model as well. So there's so many opportunities, right? And all you need to do is you need to just get that education and get that experience. Just like in any field, e-commerce is a real career field now. That's the difference. Back then, it was like, you're making money online. Are you like, doing something illegal? But nowadays, no, this is like an actual real career field. And that's what my job is here, to advance it and to create the next generation of successful e-commerce sellers and successful brands and prepare people for that. So to make that easier for you, if you were inspired by my story, if you're like, okay, cool, I'm interested. I've seen all these Amazon courses out there. I'm like, I'm skeptical, right? Well, maybe an Amazon remote job is better for you, because then you don't have to risk any capital, right? Or maybe down the line doing consulting or starting an e-commerce agency, right? Then you don't have to have your Amazon business, right? So I put together a free crash course. Link is down below. It is completely free, and it's going to show you exactly how to get started with either one of these paths, what you need, how to do it in the fastest way possible, no matter where you are in the world and no matter in what language. As long as you have the will, are able to use a computer to a certain extent, obviously if you're watching this video you can, then it's going to be very helpful for you. So the link for that is down below. Go ahead. I'm excited to see you in there. And I'm telling you right now, there are more opportunities than ever. Even though there are problems in the world, there have always been problems in the world. There will still be problems in the world. But what matters for you is to look at the opportunities. There's always people that make money and succeed in bad economies and in good economies, right? So it really doesn't matter what the situation is. You can always adapt, right? The key is adaptation and being willing to learn, and just persistence, right? And putting in the time and the effort. Just like going to the gym, you got to go, a few times a week at least, and follow a good diet. If you go and eat McDonald's every day and go once every 3 weeks, then nothing's going to happen, right? So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have any more video ideas in the comments, and I'll be happy to make them for you. Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to see you level up and go remote.